Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to look at the new Xlookup formula. It's basically an upgrade to the old VLOOKUP formula. If you've used that before, it's a very handy tool to extract some data from a larger table of information very quickly using just a simple formula. So let's get started. Basically, the table on the left hand side is from a motor vehicle company. It lists the date of sales of motor vehicles, the employee making the sales, the branch where it was made, some product descriptions, and quantity and value. On the right hand side, we've extracted the names of the employees, and we really just simply need to know the first order date that this employee made a sale and also the last order date. So typically before Excel 365, I would potentially try and use the VLOOKUP formula to get this information, but there's a couple of things that makes this very difficult, and this is where the Xlookup function is really handy. First of all, we are looking by full name and we're looking for the order date or the first order date. In this example, the order date or the date is on the left hand side of the full name, and the old VLOOKUP formula would only go from left to right. The second thing that makes this very difficult with VLOOKUP is we're also looking for the last order date. So with the VLOOKUP formula, when the formula found the name, it would find the first time the name appears. So Bathurst would be somewhere down the list, and then it would go and find the first date that appears, which is handy for the first order date. But when we're looking for the last order date, we basically need to look at this list from the bottom up, and this is something that, again, the Xlookup formula can do straight away. So we'll get started with the formula. So we'll click into the cell and we'll start typing away, equals Xlookup, open brackets. There's actually 6 prompts here within that formula. You only need the first 3 to get started with the formula. There's a few more options for a more detailed Xlookup formulas, and we'll go through that later in the clip. At this stage, what we're trying to find is Emma Bathurst's name, comma, and we're trying to find her name in column F, comma again, and what we are trying to find is the first date. So what this will do is it will go down this list until it finds the name Emma, go across to the date that we select, which is column A, and pull out the first date that it sees. Now we don't need to put true or false or 0 or 1 here. It automatically assumes that you want the match, and so we'll just close up the bracket and press enter. 13th of the 2nd, 2018. To test this, we'll quickly filter the full name to Emma Bathurst, and you can see that the first one on the list is the 13th of the 2nd, so the formula is working exactly how it should be, and that's the basic start of an Xlookup formula. So we'll simply copy this formula down by grabbing the little dot in the bottom right hand cell, copying the formula down for each of the other employees, and we'll just do a test quickly with Tamika Brown, 5th of the 1st, 2018. Just to let you know, that's European date format. So we'll go into column F, find Tamika Brown, there she is, second from the top, and scroll to the left in the date, 5th of the 1st, 2018. So that's the simple Xlookup formula, very similar to VLOOKUP, but it does go to the left as well as the right. Very handy. So the next part of the video, we are going to look for the last order date, and this is a little handy extra that the Xlookup function does compared to VLOOKUP, where instead of going down the list and the first time we see someone's name, it's actually going to go to the bottom of the list and go up and find the last date that this name appeared. So we'll get started again with the formula, equals Xlookup, open the bracket, and we have the same options as we did before. This time again we're going to look up the value of Emma, press comma, and we're going to look up the list in column F, and we're just going to lock these cells so it doesn't change when we drag the formula down. This time I didn't select the whole column, I've actually selected very specific cells, this column list. Again, we are going to get the date from column A, and we'll lock those cells as well. And we're going to continue with the rest of the prompts here, and we'll go and we'll show you how to get the date from the bottom of the list. So I'll select comma again, and this option gives you an if not found. So potentially if the name wasn't in this list, you could put a comment, something like NA, which will appear if it can't find the name at all. Again, you can leave that simply by just adding another comma and it will ignore that. This time we will again find the exact match. So now we've gone extended in this formula, we'll put that in, and then comma again, and now we can see there's an option of finding first to last, which is the traditional way, but this time we're going to use search last to first. So we're going to click that in there, which is a -1, and close the bracket. Press enter with our formula, and this time it's found that the last order date for Emma is on the 20th of the 12th 2019. Once again we'll quickly check this, so we'll select Emma and we'll scroll down to the bottom of the list, and we can find that it's the 20th of the 12th 2019 is the last time we see Emma Bathurst sales. Again, because we lock the cells, we can just drag this formula down, and now we have the first and last order dates for each of the employees from the large table of data. So before I finish up, please don't forget, if you like what you see, please subscribe to the channel or click that like button, and you can go and see some other Excel video tutorials that I've made. So in summary, the Xlookup function, really handy. It's the upgrade to the VLOOKUP. I've just shown you a couple of small examples there. Have a look into it, you'll really start appreciating the new Xlookup formula. It's one of my favorites. See ya.